Welcome to the RFG Studio live room here at App State. And this is where I spend a lot of time. I recorded most of my projects in here. And I'm going to show you a little bit about what this can do. This is called the mobile rig. It's mostly used on the go when it's needed in other parts of the music building or even outside the music building. There's built-in recording stuff inside that room over there for this live room, but for the purposes of this project I'm just going to be showing you a little bit about what's on this because it's a little easier to understand. Alright, so first things first, I have an XLR cable connected to this microphone, and it's coming in here to the board on channel 9. And I feel like a lot of people think that that's all you really need to record an instrument, which in some cases it is. But in this case, you kind of have to look down here. This down here is called the patch bay. This is where we use wires and different things to route the signal of what's being recorded through that microphone. So I'm going to be showing you a little bit about how the signal can flow and how you can put it into different things. I'm not going to go super in depth with all of it. I'm just kind of giving you a basic overview so you can understand the concept of signal flow. Now this part of the board right here is what tells us if we're getting signal. And getting signal means that if there's audio being put into the microphone and it's being detected by this recording and mixing board. So I'm going to talk into this microphone and we're going to see if we can get any signal. Hello, 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 hello. You see those little green dots going up. That means that you're getting signal. The yellow dots mean that you're getting, the signal might be a little bit distorted because of how much you're getting. And the red dot at the top means that you're clipping, which means that there will be audible distortion in the noise that you're recording. And that means you have to change some things to make sure that you get the sound that you want. And usually it's not clipping. But some people use that in their recordings as a certain style. These different units here are used to affect the signal that's being put into the microphone in case you want to make it sound a little different. And you definitely do in the case when you're mixing. The things that we're going to be using though are this and this. So this is called a compressor unit. So this is basically used to help with any really loud sounds or really quiet sounds that's made by the instruments or the singer or whatever is making the noise. And you take all the sounds and you kind of push them more into a similar range in terms of how loud they are so that it sounds better, and so you can make sure that you're getting all the sounds you want and none of the sounds you don't. And that's how you use this. And this is an effects processor, which basically means you can put cool sounds and effects on your recording. And we're going to be using that a little bit, and I'll show you about how that can affect things. And that'll be everything we use. Alright, in order to use the signal from the microphone that's plugged in, if you'll remember, I told you that we are plugged into channel 9. And these are called sends and inserts, and they're used to send the signal to something like a compressor or a reverb or effects processor unit. And then it'll send it back to the board and it'll be affected by that. So for the case of this, I'm going to get one of these cords right here. I'm going to plug it into the 9th send for channel 9. I'll be taking that channel signal out. I'll be putting into this signal. So this means that now the signal has been taken from the board and it's now in the compressor. And that means that it's right here. Now I take another cord and I take it back out of the compressor so we can hear it. This one goes back to channel 9. And it's difficult to hear the effects of a compressor, but the compressor is actually mostly used in the editing of the audio in order to help take out the small sounds and noises that you might not want to hear. So it's more of a digital thing than anything, and it's difficult to illustrate how that affects it. Now we want to get to this. so I can put some nice effects on the microphone and let you hear what I was talking about when I'm talking about the effects processor. So instead of just sending it back here from the compressor, we'll take this cord and we'll put it all the way up here, which is into the lexicon unit, which is the effects processor. After that, we'll take another cord, we'll take it out of here and put it back into the board so we can hear it. Let's see if it works. Hello. Hello. And that's kind of the effect that using the effects processor has on the vocals or whatever instrument you're recording. And that's just kind of a little bit of a sample of what signal flow is like. When you're recording larger amounts of people or more bands or whatever you're recording, it's going to be a little bit more confusing. But at the basics, this is what you're doing.